This day, the Father instructs us to not give any concern to the future. As you concentrate on who I am in the present now, tomorrow will take care of itself. Focusing on who I am today will help you. Due to the fact that I am present within you, the chains of sin will no longer bind you. At the core of your being, you may have the impression that you are feeble and prone to failure, yet, this is not the truth of who I am. Take all of the energy that you have been putting into worrying about the future and focus on expressing my nature and my character in the situation that you are in right now. Now is the only adversity that you are genuinely confronted with. The enemy seeks to divert your attention away from the reality that everything else, including the past, the future, someday, and one day, is an illusion based on fear. Know that I am standing in your future, having fully supplied for the hardship that you faced that day, just as I am with you right now, putting you over and causing you to come out on top of what you are up against right now. This is true regardless of what tomorrow brings. There is no other option for every named item but to submit to the person who I am on the inside of you. On the inside of you, I am all-powerful, all-knowing, and present everywhere on the inside of you. In the event that it is essential for you to be aware of something, I will not keep you in the dark about anything that is taking place in a discrete location that is hidden from your view. My intellect is the limitless one, in contrast to your limited one. Place in my thoughts. I am thinking about peace. Harmony to be thought about. Even when individuals around you are losing their composure, you should maintain a state of mind that is completely calm, peaceful, and composed. This should be your default condition. In this way, the life that follows the resurrection appears. In the event that death itself is unable to hold you since it was unable to hold me, then what is the reason for concern? I will be moving. In the way that you go, I am making myself known. The time has come for you to win. You are not going to falter or succeed. Your victory is assured. Your testimony is valuable. As we work through these challenges together and emerge on the other side with the narrative of my kindness being unbroken and effortlessly constant in every circumstance you are going through, this is the promise and assurance that I offer to you. I declare you free today, the Father says. I pronounce you free today. According to what I have to say, you are liberated from the law of sin and death. You are not suffering from any illness. You are no longer a slave to poverty. There is no longer any heartbreak for you. The law of the Spirit of life in Christ is the only law that imposes a mandatory obligation on your life by virtue of its own existence. There is no reason for you to be afraid. God states that there is no fear and that there is no need to fear. At this moment, you are born into the dominion that I established and referred to as the Kingdom of Heaven. In my domain, there is no disaster of any kind. In my realm, there is no such thing as inhumanity. Nothing is sick, there is no cruelty, there is no pain, and there is no wounded. In spite of the fact that those are the misconceptions that the realm of darkness would use to seize control of you, I will demonstrate to you today a more effective method. Are you going to make concessions to what the adversary would recommend, or are you going to make concessions to what I have surely promised you? The Lord declares that you are a child of promise. You have been born from the promise, and the promise continues to sustain you. Everything that I promised to Abraham and affirmed on Calvary is now available for you to use as you see fit. In one way or another, it is your expectations that will ensconce you in either life or death. Life or death will be your destination. The freedom you have is yours. On this particular day, you are free to select the tree from which you will enjoy the fruits. You have the choice of whether you will eat from the tree of life or the tree of death. Where do you hope to find the fulfillment of your desire? On the subject of things growing better, or do you have an attitude that they grow worse? At this moment, I want you to know that it is both my will and my joy for you to be healthy. When you put your hands to work, it is my intention that you be blessed in everything you do. I have no other wish for you besides that you be prosperous and healthy, just as your soul is prosperous. I have no other intentions for you. In what ways does your soul flourish? The way to do this is to retain your focus on me, says God, and to refuse to surrender yourself or your expectations over to the deception that the adversary is spreading. Today, the Father says, I am here. Make a conversation with me. Stop wasting time in your head trying to find the button that will cause you to panic. Place all of your concerns on me, for I am the one who is supervising all of the events that are occurring in your life. There are some people who have suggested that you should not pray for particular things, but this is not the case. In your life, I am concerned about every single thing, no matter how huge or how minor it may be. As a matter of fact, each and every hair on your head is assigned a number, and whenever even a single one of those hairs is changed, the tally books of heaven are updated to reflect the modification. Simply put, that is the extent of my involvement in your life. As far as your wants and needs are concerned, the Father adds, I am completely committed to meeting them. Not only am I not ignoring you, but I am also not disregarding you. I have made a resolute choice to keep you wandering around on this globe, and I have sanctioned and bestowed upon you each and every breath that you take. It is not accurate to say that you are only a collection of biological processes that I have brought into life without personally attending to and supervising each and every one of your daily activities. Therefore, you should be aware that the current circumstance did not catch me off guard. I am not pacing before the throne, wringing my hands, and wondering what I am going to do next in regard to this beautiful situation that you have found yourself in. In addition, it does not make a difference who is to blame, even if you are the one who brought problems upon yourself. A number of people have expressed their belief that I will not rescue you from the predicament that you have brought upon yourself. As far as topics pertaining to males are concerned, I propose to you that there is no other classification. It is important to acquire the skill of respectfully ignoring the congregation of the misinformed who believe they are speaking for me, but instead they consistently get me incorrect. The Lord declares, I am a lover, and that I love you with a love that will last forever. You can count on me to never abandon or abandon you. Make your way to me. Have faith in me. Go ahead and dream the dream that is even bigger. Extend your horizons and be open to the possibility of alternatives to the situation you are currently in. At this very now, I am walking among you, and I am working by my hand. In the process of letting go of your way of doing things and surrendering all to my sovereign governance, you will not get any disappointment. In your life, the Father speaks to you now and says, I am an all-or-nothing God. Express your love, satisfying not just some of your requirements, but all of them. In this moment, I will address each and every one of the problems that are prevalent in your heart. The things and people that are inaccessible to you are safely at my disposal, and I am working hard to bring about miraculous outcomes. I am striving to bring about miracles. In no way am I a God who takes half measures. When it comes to your life, I am the kind of Savior that never gives up. It's possible that those things, those problems, and those people are out of your reach, but I don't see them as a challenge in any way. In other words, ask a lot of questions and ask them with confidence. You can ask for the impossible, and I will bring the mountain down and the valley up, and I will pour down upon you the greatest dream that you have ever had and the highest heart's desire that you have ever had. The Father says, let your mouth pray, because I will be petitioned by your hand. Let people pray. Inquire, and continue to inquire. Please continue to knock on the door. Considering that I hold you in such high regard that I consider you to be the very pupil of my eye, I shall respond to you in the same manner that the unjust judge responded to the widow for her persistent sobbing. You have watched, and you have anticipated that I will move in a particular manner in the past, but I would like for you to comprehend that you are a component of the process taking place currently. This day, God says, I call you into a new understanding of partnering with me in the process. I call you into this new knowledge. Helper is my name, and that implies you are obligated to come beside me in the same way that I am coming alongside you. It is necessary for you to place your hand and your word to something that is completely beyond of your reach, and you must simply have faith that I will make up the difference. The situation will not leave you feeling disheartened or embarrassed in any way. A comparable act of faith is required in order to gain an answer to each and every prayer that you pray. This is the prerequisite for receiving a response. You have been left bewildered and without anything to show for it in the past because you have failed to comprehend this, but now you are prepared to mature into a place of governance and dominion in your life that will cause you to work with me in all of those things that you are anticipating, and yes, those things that I have certainly promised, says the Father. According to what the Father has spoken, the time is now. I have nothing further to offer you at this time, my beloved. I have planted a vision in your heart and embedded it deep within you, and it will eventually yield fruit into your life. There is no possibility that your dreams will wilt on the vine or fade away into nothingness. It's possible that other people will look at your vision and not see what you see, but the thing you should know is that whenever I place a window or a vision, I also put a door. In addition, you should be aware of the fact that none of the people who claim to be with you will be present when I bring my promise to fruition in your life. When the situation calls for it, be willing to do it alone. When it comes to stepping out of imagined outcomes that never materialize, and into a bigger vision that becomes concrete substance and answered prayer, this is the eye of the needle that all those individuals need to go through. Be willing to leave Lot behind, just as Abraham did, in order to increase the likelihood that my promise will be fulfilled in your circumstances. Do not swerve or look behind you while you are on the path. It is imperative that you put your hand to the plow and move forward without looking back at this crucial moment. It is not a good idea to look back at the things that have happened in the past because they are similar and repeating. The time has come to strike out into the place where you say, "That will be enough of that." Refuse to carry the guilt of other people's inability to move ahead in my kingdom. Allow yourself to forgive, let go, and move on, leaving everything in my capable hands, since I will respond when the time is right. You still have time to make the most of your promotion. According to the Father, whatever you seem to be an overwhelming burden of care or responsibility, you should realize that this, too, will pass. There is a higher call, a higher profile and visibility that I am pushing you into, and I want you to start praying into that and pressing into a fuller awareness of what that looks like, because the Father says that it will surely happen. I am taking you into this higher call. Today, the Father says, I am shining a light on the path that lies in front of you. The path that you follow is familiar to me. In your life, every single step of the journey, every single scenario, and every single situation is not at all random. I have written down each and every one of your days in my book, and if you ask me, I will show you things that are yet to come, even things that are so vast and powerful that you are unaware of them. Stop claiming that you are at a loss for what to do. The counsel that you seek is not absent. Your spirit is always in communication with the Holy Spirit, which is located inside you, in order to clear up any confusion and cause your foot to move in the direction that would bring about the fulfillment of your biggest dream and the fulfillment of your deepest heart's desire. I am not a rat that is lost in a maze. It is possible that other people are at a loss for what to do or where to turn, but that is not your lot in life, because I am here with you and I will never abandon you or leave you behind in any way. Pray with your mouth alone. Unrecognized prayer, also known as prayer that is not spoken, is more comparable to wishful thinking than it is to any kind of pulling down of the strongholds of resistance that you are trying to overcome. Know this: the positive pressure of my presence on the inside of you flowing out is greater than the negative pressure of the circumstances or the individuals who are determined that you will not pass or thrive. This is something you should keep in mind. The Father replies, I will hold them in derision because their plans for you will come to nothing. I will hold them in contempt. Hear the sound of my voice. During the nighttime seasons, I will be speaking. You are not oblivious to the gadgets that the adversary has. Pick up the lamp that contains my message and hold it in front of you as a guide for the actions that you will take in the future. It is possible that obeying my word will not always appear to be practical. Nonetheless, I have not called you to be practical. I have commanded you to be spiritual and to obey me, declares God. I have summoned you now. Beloved, God has revealed to us today that there is a law that is superior to the law of sin and death. Everything that has happened to you in life, including the loss, the decline, and the destruction, is not the end of the matter. You are experiencing the footnotes of my greater faithfulness that are being written into this current chapter of your life. Your most extreme trials and deepest pains are really minor details. The same way that Moses was able to deliver the people by lifting up the snake, I am telling you to look and enjoy life. Where are you focusing your gaze? What are the factors that are influencing your ongoing emotional state and your perspective on the future? At this juncture, it is not appropriate to contemplate the bleak prognosis that tomorrow's predicament or situation will bring forth. Take a look at me. Please take a look at what I have paid for on the cross in your name. 2,000 years ago, I was the victim of the stroke and the blow in life that can now threaten you at this very moment. I accepted your suffering and misery in order to make it possible for you to receive the life and live in greater abundance that my kingdom is all about. Make adjustments to your expectations for today. Be aware that everything I have spoken to you in the past and everything I am saying to you right now prevails over and surpasses every threat that you are currently experiencing. It is not necessary for you to design a plan or follow a complicated procedure in order to determine whether or not things will improve. You are wasting your time by looking to the outside world for someone to come and fulfill your requirements. Whoever puts their faith in man and makes the arm of flesh their source of strength is doomed to ruin. I am the one who will save you. I am here to assist you. Even at this moment, I am directing resources toward you that will reshape what future looks like, as well as provide you with a sense of optimism and an anticipated conclusion. Put an end to your desire for a quick repair or a transformation that happens completely on its own and does not take any effort on your side. A simple observation is not sufficient to establish my empire. There is a direct correlation between the actions you take and the outcomes you experience. If you want things to be different, you need to take action that is different. Your adversary wants you to believe that you are powerless, but the truth is that you are not helpless. The moment has come to break out. The time has come for you to begin moving toward the ramparts of the enemy, using whatever little power you have and whatever little resources you have available to you. You have my support. I am going to see you through this. When the smoke clears, you will be left standing as you listen to my voice, act courageously, and have a profound trust in my sovereign participation in your circumstance. God says to you today, beloved, that you should not waver in your faith. This is the moment when you are prepared to defend your beliefs in the face of opposition. Be adamant about not giving in to uncertainty. The things that have been promised will undoubtedly be fulfilled. My word is for certain. All of the stances that you have chosen on the provisions of my word are supported by my affirmation and my acclamation. The vow I make is unbreakable. In the event that you are concerned, the entire heavens and earth would be destroyed before a single certainty in my word would be brought to the ground. Inside of my kingdom, you are a person who is entitled. If you allow yourself to be moved by what you see and what you hear, the adversary will be able to manipulate you. Get rid of those reports that are dishonest. Make the decision to only believe the good report. You are in the process of growing. Already, there is a promotion on the way. The feelings of disappointment and depression are fading away. God states that the manifestation of everything that I have promised to you is your inheritance, and that it is not some distant, someday, one day, but rather this very moment. On this day, you should go about your day with a decision already made. There will be no more vacillating between the perspectives of the natural world and the task of believing. No matter what other people say or do, it is irrelevant. You are going to have to come to the conclusion that you will be able to work on your own if it becomes essential. As of today, the Father there are those people who first congratulated you and said, "We believe with you," but have since altered their minds and given in to the discouragement that comes with having a sense of knowledge. Both the fellowship of fear and the declaration of your faith are incompatible with one another and cannot be maintained simultaneously. Avoid having two different points of view. Keep yourself surrounded by people who will both encourage and challenge your faith, and you will be amazed at how quickly I will bring you into the location where you will be blessed. I invite you to enter into my embrace, says Jesus Christ today. Right now, you should feel the kiss of heaven upon your face. You should be aware that my touch will never leave your heart. Please take some time today to relax in my favor and in my care for you. If other people could only see the breadth and depth of my love that I have bestowed upon you, they would love you in the same way that I love you. I have no other plan for your life but the plan of love that I have poured out for you. It is because I love you that I adore you. I came to you because of love, and I will continue to be by your side because of love. My intention is to ensure that you remain in that state of love and intimacy throughout each and every day of your life, as well as each and every instant of your existence, which will continue on into eternity without end. For the sake of containing my love for you, which is limitless, unbounded, and untraceable, I created eternity as the required containment. You could wander in any direction for 1,000,000 years and never reduce or dim my love for you, beloved, since I am the personification of undistracted agape that is completely focused upon you on this day. According to the Father, you should not accept any alternatives. I am the only person who can afford to provide you with the numerous inexpensive alternatives that life has to give you. I am the genuine article, declares the Father. All other forms of love, even in their purest form, can only hint at the overwhelming love that God possesses. Feel the joy of my affection. Indulge in the pleasure of my affection today. The purpose of your life is to be loved. You are destined to experience the repercussions and ramifications of my love for you to the fullest extent possible. You are on the path to discovering love, God affirms, and this is your adventure. Proceed to love the world with the same love that I have loved you, and I will return the favor. Once you have gained an understanding of the love that I have for you from my heart, it is not difficult at all. You have not yet received the full encapsulation of the love that I displayed on the cross and affirmed in the resurrection, and a weaker love or failure to love even the most difficult person is not a horizontal challenge but rather a vertical shortfall. This indicates that you have not yet received the love that I demonstrated on the cross. The love that you are loved with on this day is the love that you are loved by. Today, the Father encourages us to have faith in our faith itself. You can always put your faith in the blessings that I have made available to you, and I have provided every man with the appropriate amount of faith, and that includes you. What comes next in your life is coming about as a direct result of your faith. It is not man who is in control. It is not accurate to say that your faith is only a coping strategy that is wrapped around a religion. In order to ensure that you are successful in life, I have written your faith into your spirit. Due to your trust, the mountain will be moved, and the opposition will be crushed. The circumstances and the downturn will give way to the stubborn substance of things that are longed for, and the evidence of what you have not seen will become a reality. I have placed this gift of heaven in your heart, and it is you who will receive it. The thing that will bring you triumph and ascendancy in your life is that which, regardless of how insignificant it may seem, will move mountains in your life. Therefore, my beloved, have faith in your faith. Was it not my intention to bestow upon each and every man this magnificent capacity for credulity and confidence? I don't see why you would not have faith in something that comes from me. However, you should be a father-pleaser and extend out the faith that I have equipped you with and believe me for those impossibilities that appear so far away. This is not what you have been taught by the congregation of those who are not well informed. Reject the stale systems of belief held by those who are not well informed. Take advantage of the dynamic and life-altering power that is the gift of God that is already present inside you. Have no fear. Nothing but faith. You are about to witness the miracle that your eyes have been watering for. Be aware that I am collaborating with you. I am strengthening your faith by providing you with a promise. I am verifying each and every aspect. You will be able to see the suffering that your soul has endured and feel content.